It occurred to me earlier when I was uploading a Jack Vapor promotion video that's just gone up that I've recorded quite a few reviews and things like that, but I haven't really recorded just kind of random, well, general kind of vaping discussion-y stuff. And I thought, particularly for the subscribers, there are now I think 19 subscribers. So thank you if you're one of those. I thought it'd be nice just to do a quick video on some of my favourite liquids. Now, if you've seen some of my reviews, which hopefully you have, you'll know that I've tried a lot of different liquids. I've tried out like Chinese Hanseng liquids. I've tried out quite a lot of UK gourmet liquids. I spent a lot of money trying out different liquids, and there've been some really good ones. There've been a lot of disappointments. Trip Hammer liquids I heard a lot about. I saw YouTube reviewers practically falling on the floor, frothing at the mouth over these. They weren't, particularly nasty liquids, but the problem is that they weren't that great, and the flavour for me was just very muted, which isn't really what I want. So yeah, they didn't really win me over. I tried just around Christmas actually. I tried out Snow Queen by Hubble Bubble, I think it's pronounced, which at first, the first couple of goes at it, it had quite a nice taste. It was like a very subtle kind of mint, a bit of menthol, a kick in the background. It had a kind of almost a sweet tobacco, almost like a kind of I don't know, like a kind of a Golden Virginia kind of taste, but it was quite mellow, and a little kind of citrus kick to it. That was actually really nice. But then for some reason, I don't know. This always happens to me. I must just be unlucky. From like the second day, well, not the second day, probably from actually the second hour of using it, the taste just kind of didn't seem as good. And then, like when I was halfway down the bottle, I just didn't really enjoy it. It didn't taste as good as it did when it first was opened. So I'm kind of on the fence with that one. Now, some of my favourite liquids, if you've seen the reviews, you'll know what they are Vaping King liquids. They're from Billy the Vaping King, okay, vapingking.co.uk. I've done reviews of these liquids and I went kind of mad about them. First one, probably one of my favourite liquids by far, is Yorkshire Fog, or Yorkshire Fog, which is basically like liquid Murray mints. If you like kind of the Murray mint flavour, it's just an absolutely amazing liquid. It does taste better, as I said in the review. When you first get it, just use it, don't steep it, because actually it lost a little bit of its flavour as it went on. It only lasted in the bottle for about a week, to be fair. It was that nice. But, just use it, don't steep it. So yes, Yorkshire Fog. Venom. Venom is one that is kind of not really an all-day vape, but it's just a really nice kind of sweet aniseed with a little kind of slight kind of licoricey taste to it. It's meant to be pineapple and aniseed. I didn't really get any pineapple, to be fair, but it's just a really nice sweet aniseed. I thought it was going to be too strong or just not very nice, but which is why I bought it. Logical, but yeah, it actually is just a really nice kind of sweet aniseed flavour, a bit like sugar and aniseed balls. It's just, I don't know, it's just really, I did enjoy that. So it is one of my favourites. The other kind of Vaping King liquid that jumps out at me is Choco Cream. Choco Cream basically tastes like chocolate Baileys. It's quite strong. It's got quite a strong whiskey taste to it, so it is kind of like vaping chocolate and alcohol, which, to be honest, I don't know about you, but to me that doesn't sound bad. But just to be aware that the whiskey taste is quite strong. But you can't. That's the thing I really love with Vaping King liquids. They just they're strong tasting, but they're great tasting. This is what I didn't like with Trip Hammer, is that the flavours weren't bad, but they were just so muted you could barely taste them. But you don't get that with Vaping King. I should point out I don't have any kind of promotion or affiliation or anything. I'm not getting anything from Vaping King for this, but these are just probably my three favourite liquids. The others, I have got one of the bottles here. These are ones that I wasn't that fond of when I first got them. In fact, the reviews of them on the site where I wasn't very fond of them, but actually they really did grow on me. The first one is this, okay, Mrs. Lord's, it's kind of empty now, Mrs. Lord's Ginger Nut. The weird thing with this one is that it changes flavour. Like, sometimes I used this a few weeks ago, and it tasted like gingerbread, and it was really nice. I used it a few days ago, and it tastes like pure ginger, and there's a much more kind of heavy kick to it, but the sweetness is gone. it must be my taste buds. Either that or the liquid is changing. But that is actually, sometimes that's been a really nice vape. Same thing's true for Mrs. Lord's Navy Cut, which is like a tobacco mixed with kind of coconut, rum, chocolate. It sounds nice, and a lot of the time it did taste really nice as well. Again, another liquid that kind of changes flavour sometimes. But yeah, those were two kind of commendable liquids. Not up there with the Vaping King ones, but not far off. I would say for now, yeah, they're my top five. So probably Yorkshire Fog from Vaping King, or Vaping King, sorry. Then probably the Choco Cream from Vaping King, then Venom, and then it's kind of a toss-up really between the Ginger Nut from Mrs. Lord's and the Navy Cut from Mrs. Lord's. They're both kind of equally good. So yeah, they're basically probably my top five liquids at the moment. A lot of other liquids I've kind of been disappointed by, or I've just not wanted to go back to them. It's kind of a testament to those three Vaping Kings ones because I've just ordered more of them. I try so many different flavours. I rarely order more than one bottle of a liquid. I don't tend to reorder it unless it really impresses me. So those three have just been reordered, which says a lot. But yeah, so that was just kind of a bit of I would say a quick ramble, but well, chances are you probably know by now, nothing is quick with me. It's just loads of rambling. But yes, so they're my five favourite flavours. I'd really love to know, what your favourites are. So do kind of leave a comment and put down your favourite liquid or your favourite five. And yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what some of your favourites are. Again, to the 19 subscribers that I've got at the moment, thank you for subscribing. And yeah, hopefully this has been good. This has been interesting for you. And yeah, happy vaping. See you later.